Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today, we are going to see Game 2 against the Giants in Wrigley Field. However, it is also call-up day, and the Cubs have some transactions to announce. First off, Trevor Rosenthal and Danny Santana have both been signed to 3-year extensions and will be a member of the Cubs for a couple seasons to come. Additionally, the Cubs have called up 2 players from AAA Iowa. Tarik Skubal, the lefty pitcher, will come in out of the bullpen for the Cubs. And infielder Isaac Paradas will get some playing time for the Cubs as well. So now we are ready to start Game 2. The Cubs took a 1-run decision from the Giants in Game 1. And now, for Game 2, we're going to see James Paxton coming out to the mound. He is making start number 20, 11-2 on the season, 3.49 ERA, and a 0.98 WHIP. The Cubs lineup will be Cabrera, Bryant, Santana, Hayward, Bradley, Ramos, Paradas playing short today, Tauchman in left, and James Paxton on the mound. The Giants are going to send Andrew Triggs out to the game. He is going to make start number 28, and he is 8-10 with a 5.04 ERA and a 1.24 WHIP. The Giants lineup will include Billy Hamilton, Buster Posey, Wilmer Flores, Yasiel Puig, Mauricio Dubon, Yolmer Sanchez, Mike Yastrzemski out in left field, Brandon Crawford, and the pitcher Triggs batting ninth. It is 71 degrees at Wrigley Field. The wind is blowing in today off the lake at 7 mph. As Paxton heads out to the mound, we're going to see the Cubs take the field, and we're ready to face off with the Giants today. Billy Hamilton leading off for the Giants. The Cubs coming in, finishing a very productive month of August. The Giants enter at 61-76, 4th place in the West, while the Cubs are at 67-70, 3rd place in the Central, and only 1 game behind the Reds to overtake them for 2nd place. Paxton, the lefty, is on the mound facing Hamilton. Here is the pitch. Grounder up the middle. Second baseman has it, throws over to first, and that is out number 1. Posey now the batter, with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Paxton. And there's a grounder right at Bryant, throws over to first, that is out number 2. Flores now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 2-2 pitch from James Paxton. And here it comes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with the fastball at 93. So we go down to the bottom of the first inning. It is a scoreless ball game, as Drupal Cabrera leading off for the Cubs against Andrew Triggs. Cabrera waiting for the 2-2 pitch. Triggs looking for the sign. And here it comes. A check swing, strike 3. He didn't go all the way around, but the umpire rung him up. That is first out of the first inning for the Cubs. Chris Bryant now batting. Full count pitch from Triggs. Grounder toward third. His counterpart picks it up and boots it. Bryant is going to be safe on first at the fielding error, and Yolmer Sanchez is credited with the error. So Danny Santana now the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. 1 ball count from Triggs, and that's lined into center field. Is that going to get down? That is a out. Hamilton made a shoestring catch to prevent that ball from hitting the ground, and that is out number 2. So Hayward now batting, 2 outs, 1 man on. Here's a full count pitch to Jason Hayward and a grounder up the middle. The shortstop is going to come over, make the play, throw to first. Oh no, there is no throw. Crawford doesn't make the throw, and Hayward is safe on first with an infield single. He motioned like he was throwing, but he never released the ball. So Jackie Bradley is now batting with 2 outs and 2 men on. Cubs threatening here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch to Jackie Bradley, and that gets away. It goes all the way to the backstop. The wild pitch will advance Bryant to third and Hayward to second. Bradley now batting with 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. Here's a 2-1 pitch to And he lines that one down the right field line. This is going to drive in a couple of runs. Coming in to score is Bryant. Following him is Hayward. Bradley slides into second with an RBI double, and it is a 2-0 Cub lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Puig had to run a long way down into the corner to dig that ball out, and it gave Bradley time to slide into second with a double. Wilson Ramos now the batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Wilson Ramos. And there's a liner up the middle for another base hit. Bradley rounding third. Is he going to try to score? He does. The throw comes home. Bradley is safe at home. And a 3-0 Cub lead now as Wilson Ramos gets the RBI single. And now Isaac Paradas is the batter. Paradas had some impressive numbers down at AAA. In 128 plate appearances, he hit 7 home runs, hit 350, 402, and 590. We are pretty excited to see this guy in Wrigley Field today. This is part of the future of Cub baseball right in front of us. 2-2 count. Paradas grounds it to short. The throw goes to second, and the side is retired. So the Cubs score 3 times on 3 base hits. We're going to the top of the second inning. It is a 3-0 Cub lead. Puig facing Paxton to lead off the Giants half of the second. Here's a 1-1 count. Paxton with the pitch. Grounder towards short. Paradas picks it up, throws over to first. That is out number 1. Dubon now batting. 1 out, nobody on. 3-1 pitch from Paxton. And lined up the middle, that's going to be a clean single into center. So a 1-out base hit for the Giants puts Dubon on first and brings up Yolmer Sanchez. 1 out, runner on first, Paxton with the first pitch, and a liner over the third baseman's head down into left field. That's going to be another base hit. So the Giants, with back-to-back singles, now have runners on first and second with 1 out, and Yastrzemski is the next batter. So Paxton facing Yastrzemski with a 1-strike count, and here's the pitch. Popped up on the infield. Paxton actually calls for it, makes the catch on the mound as the infield fly rule is invoked. That is out number 2. Crawford now batting. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Paxton facing off with a 1-2 count. And that is strike 3 called with the fastball. So Paxton gets the strikeout to end the inning. The Giants strand 2. We're going to the bottom of the second of a 3-0 ball game. Mike Tauschman is going to lead off the second inning as the Cubs sent 7 batters up in the first. Here's a 1-ball count and the pitch to Tauschman. Ground ball up the middle. The shortstop has it, throws over to first. That is out number 1. Paxton now batting. 1 out, nobody on. Paxton facing off and pops it up to right. This should be routine. The right fielder Puig has it, and that is out number 2. So Cabrera now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. 3-1 pitch, Cabrera waiting. Liner into the right field corner. That's going to be a base hit for Cabrera. A single will put him on first with 2 outs and bring up Chris Bryant. 2 outs, 1 man on. 3-1 pitch to Bryant. Way outside. That is ball 4, and Bryant heads down to first. He draws his 57th walk of the season. Cabrera heads to second, and it brings up Danny Santana. Santana hit one hard in the last inning, but it was right at the center fielder Hamilton. He was able to speed in and make the catch. So here's a 2-2 pitch to Santana. He swings and misses for strike 3. That was a sinker that sunk down under his bat. Going to the top of the third inning, the Cubs strand 2. It is a 3-0 Chicago lead. Triggs facing Paxton here to lead off the Giants half of the third. Paxton with the pitch. Liner into center field. I believe that's going to get down for a base hit. Bradley plays it on a hop and a leadoff single for the pitcher, Triggs. So Paxton now has to work to Hamilton with nobody out, runner on first, 2-strike pitch. And Hamilton is gunned down as the slider goes right under his bat. So that is a strikeout for Paxton. Strikeout number 3 on the day. And Posey is the next batter. 1 out, 1 man on, 1-1 count. And there's a liner into the right field gap. That's going all the way to the wall. Posey rounding first, heading for second, extra bases. And so Rounding third and heading home is going to be the runner as Hayward throws it back to the cutoff man. Triggs scores. It is now a 3-1 ball game. So a 1-out RBI double for Posey brings up Flores. Wilmer Flores batting with 1 out, runner in scoring position. Paxton with the pitch. Lined into right field. This time Hayward has it. He makes the catch, and that is out number 2. Puig now batting with 2 outs, 1 man on. Puig facing Paxton with a 1-strike count, and the pitch popped up to right. This time Hayward heading to his right. He gets under it and makes the catch for out number 3. The Giants score once on the Posey RBI double. We're going to the bottom of the third of a 3-1 ball game. Hayward facing off against Triggs to lead off the bottom of the third inning. Here is a full count pitch to Jason Hayward, and he grounds it back toward the mound. The pitcher picks it up, throws to first. That is out number 1. Bradley now batting. 1 out, nobody on. He has 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs in this game. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Jackie Bradley. And he is hit. Man, he got hit and he's heading down to first. He took that one right to the elbow. So Bradley is hit, and Ramos is the next batter. 1 out, runner on first. Triggs facing Ramos with a 3-0 count, and Ramos swings. The throw goes to second, the relay to first. That is a 5-4-3 double play. I'm not sure why Ramos swung at that one. It certainly looked like ball 4. So the double play ends the inning. We're going to the top of the 4th of a 3-1 ball game. Paxton facing DeBone in the top of the 4th. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch. Lined into right field, Hayward on the run. He makes the catch. Running to his left, that is out number 1. Yolmer Sanchez now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Sanchez facing Paxton. First pitch. Liner into right field. This time Hayward's going to play it on a hop, and that will be a single. So a 1-out single for Yolmer Sanchez brings up Yastrzemski. 1 out, 1 man on. Yastrzemski waiting for the 1-2 pitch. That gets away. It's a wild pitch and goes to the backstop. The runner is going to advance to second. And Yastrzemski now has a 2-2 count. Waiting for the next pitch from Paxton. Here it comes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Paxton strikes him out with the fastball at 94. 2 outs now in the inning. Bringing up Brandon Crawford. The Giants shortstop batting with 2 outs, runner in scoring position, and an 0-2 count from Paxton. Lined into right field, I believe that's going to drop in for a base hit. Hayward has it. The throw goes home. The runner is coming home. He slides, and he is safe. So it is now a 3-2 ball game. Brandon Crawford gets the RBI single, and the Giants continue to chip away at this lead. Triggs now batting with 2 outs and a runner on first. Here's a 1-ball count. And that one gets away. Another wild pitch from Paxton as the runner Crawford heads down to second. Triggs now batting with a runner in scoring position and 2 out. Here's the 2-ball count and the pitch. Grounder toward third. Bryant scoops it up, throws over to first, and that will retire the side. So the Giants score another run. We go to the bottom of the 4th of a 1-run ball game. Paradas is going to lead off against Triggs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's a 3-0 pitch, and it is low for ball 4. So Paradas draws his first walk, and now Tauschman is the batter. Nobody out, runner on first. 1-2 count to Tauschman. And he lines that one into the gap in right center field. I believe that is going to be gone. Tauschman with the 2-run bomb in the bottom of the 4th inning, 435 feet out to right center field. And now it is a 5-2 Cub lead. Mike Tauschman coming up big against Triggs, and now James Paxton is the batter. Bases are clear, nobody out. Paxton grounds that one up the middle. The shortstop Crawford dives, he has it, he throws to first, and that is going to be out number 1. Cabrera now the batter, 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Asdrubal Cabrera. That's lined into left field. That's going to drop in for a single as Cabrera stops at first. And a 1-out base hit. And now we're going to have a new pitcher. And DJ Myers is coming in to pitch for the Giants. 49 innings thrown, 21 walks, 53 strikeouts, and a 4.78 ERA. DJ Myers is going to face Kris Bryant here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Runner on first, 1 out, and the runner goes. Santana heads down to second. He slides, or excuse me, Cabrera, he slides and he is safe. So Cabrera has 8 steals on the season. He did come up with a lame foot after he called time, but the trainer checks it out and he's going to remain in the game. So Bryant now batting with the runner on second and 1 out, and here's a 2-1 pitch to Kris Bryant. And there's a pop-up on the infield. The shortstop Crawford coming in, he calls for it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Danny Santana now is the batter with a 1-ball count, and facing off with and he lines that one past the shortstop into left field. Rounding third and heading home, he's going to slide, and the Cubs score another run as Asdrubal Cabrera scores on the Santana RBI single. It is now 6-2 Chicago. Jason Hayward now the batter with 2 outs and a runner on first. Jason Hayward facing off against DJ Myers. 2-1 count and a pop-up to left. That's going to be playable. Coming in to make the catch is the left fielder, and Yastrzemski puts it away for out number 3. So we go to the top of the 5th inning. It is a 6-2 ball game. Billy Hamilton leading off against James Paxton here in the top of the 5th inning. 2-strike count, Paxton with the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Hamilton has another one fired right past him. And that is going to be strikeout number 5 on the day for James Paxton. Posey now the batter, 1 out and nobody on. Posey waiting for the first pitch from Paxton. And there's a liner past the shortstop into left field. That is going to be a single for Buster Posey. So Flores now the batter with 1 out. Runner on first. Here's a 1-ball count. And that one gets away. Paxton has thrown an awful lot of wild pitches today. The runner advances to second as Ramos chases it to the backstop. About the only way that Posey was going to get credited with a steal. So Flores now the batter with a 3-1 count, 1 out, runner in scoring position. Paxton with the pitch. That is low and away. It is ball 4. So Paxton issues the walk. Puig now the batter, top of the 5th inning, 1 out, 2 runners on base. Paxton trying to navigate a little bit of a jam here. 2-0 count and a grounder up the middle. Paxton has it, throws to second, but there's no relay to first as the double play is broken up by a hard slide. And now the Giants have 2 outs and runners on the corners. DeBon facing Paxton. He is 1 for 2 today in the top of the 5th inning of a 4-run ball game. And there's a pop-up to left. Heading over and making the catch is Tauschman for out number 3. So the Giants strand 2. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is a 6-2 ball game. Jackie Bradley facing off against DJ Myers. And we did find out, in fact, that Randy Myers is in attendance in one of the boxes at today's game. So Bradley Jr. waiting for the first pitch from DJ Myers. Here it comes. Lined into center field. Is that going to get down? It does not. The center fielder Hamilton takes 10 paces and makes the catch for out number 1. Ramos now the batter with 1 out and a 1-strike count. And here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. The second baseman has it on the shortstop side of second. DeBon throws out Ramos at first for out number 2. And now Paradas, who is 0 for 1 with a walk today, waiting for a full count pitch from Myers. There's a liner up the middle, and he's got his first major league base hit. Paradas rounding first, and he is going to stop there with a single. Tauschman now batting. He hit a home run his last time up. Facing Myers with 2 outs, 1 man on. Here's a 2-1 count, and he grounds this one weakly to the opposite side. The shortstop grabs it. He does not throw to first, so Crawford hangs on to it. He had no chance at the play. And now Paxton is batting. How many pitches has Paxton thrown in this game? Let's see here. He's thrown 72 pitches. Well, Paxton is going to be allowed to bat with 2 outs and 2 men on. Here's a 2-2 count to Paxton. And a liner in right field. That's a base hit. Paxton coming through. The runner rounding third and heading home. He slides. The throw comes home, and he is safe. So Paxton with the RBI single advancing his own cause, giving the Cubs a 7-2 lead. As Drupal Cabrera facing off against Myers with runners on first and second when 2 out. A 1-2 count, and Cabrera pops it up. Deep right field, but going to be playable down the line, and the ball is caught by Puig for out number 3. So the Cubs strand 2. They score a run. We're going to the top of the 6th of a 7-2 ball game. Paxton comes back out to face Yolmer Sanchez here in the top of the 6th inning. 1-1 count. Paxton with the pitch. Liner into center field. Bradley coming in fast. He dives and he makes the catch. Amazing. That is a play that we've seen Jackie Bradley make many times, but just a phenomenal defensive effort. And that brings up Yastrzemski with 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 3-1 count. And Paxton with a fastball outside. That is ball 4. So Yastrzemski draws the walk, and it brings up Brandon Crawford. 1 out, 1 man on. Paxton working with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Paxton sets him down with the cutter. And now Slater is the batter. 2 outs, runner on first. Here's a 2-0 pitch from James Paxton. Liner into left field. That is deep. Going back to the wall, and it is gone. So Tauschman watches that one leave the park as Austin Slater hits a pinch hit 2-run home run, 383 feet out to left field, and the score is now 7-4 in favor of the Cubs. Paxton facing off against Hamilton at 60 feet 6 inches. That would be a very long 10 paces, I suppose. Here is the first pitch from Paxton. And there's a grounder to first. Santana picks it up and steps on the base, and that will retire the side. So Hamilton loses that duel with the pitcher. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is a 7-4 ball game. Chris Bryant is coming to lead off against the Cubs. Lead off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 6th inning against the new Giant reliever, Nick Vincent. Vincent has thrown 40 2/3 innings. He has walked 7, struck out 28, and recorded a 4.43 ERA. Bryant facing off against Vincent with a 1-2 count, and Bryant waiting for the pitch. Vincent looking for the sign. He toes the rubber, and here it comes. Grounder towards short. Diving Crawford has it. Throws over to first, and he throws it away. Bryant is safe on first on the throwing error by Crawford. So that will put a runner on first with Danny Santana coming up. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI today. Facing off against Nick Vincent with a 1-2 count. And he swings and misses for strike 3. So Santana is set down with the changeup. Bringing to the plate Jason Hayward. 1 out, 1 man on. 2-1 count from Vincent to Hayward. Grounder towards second. Picked up. Throws to first. Relay from second to first. And that is a 4-6-3 double play. So the Cubs end the inning on a ground ball double play. We're going to the top of the 7th inning. It is a 3-run Chicago lead. Jonathan Loaiza will be the new pitcher for the Cubs. He's coming in relief of Paxton here in the top of the 7th inning. Posey, Flores, and Puig will be the next 3 Giant batters. Loaiza has thrown 110 2/3 innings, walked 41, struck out 119, and he has a 4.64 ERA. Loaiza facing Posey with a 2-strike count. Loaiza looking for the sign, and here is the pitch. Strike 3 called right at the knees, and Posey heads back to the dugout in favor of Wilmer Flores. 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-2 count, and the pitch to Flores. And there's a liner into right field. That'll be a base hit for Wilmer Flores. He split the gap between first and second, and he has a single for his credit. So now Puig is the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. 3-2 is the count to Puig. And strike 3 is called. Puig is not happy. He gets rung up with a fastball at 102 miles an hour. So DeBon is now the batter with 2 outs and a runner on first. Loaiza with the pitch. The ground ball goes to short, the flip to second, and the lead runner is retired. So the Giants strand a runner. They do not score. We're going to the bottom of the 7th inning, and we have a very special treat for you today. To lead the 7th inning stretch is the one and only Carl Yastrzemski, here to see his grandson play baseball at Wrigley Field. Jackie Bradley is leading off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 7th inning against the pitcher Nick Vincent, who is coming out for his 2nd inning of work. Here's a full count. Vincent with the pitch. Popped up, shallow right, coming in is Puig, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Ramos now batting, 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Wilson Ramos. Liner over the first baseman's head down the right field line. Extra bases for Wilson Ramos. He rounds first. Heading for second. He is going to stand up into second with a double. Puig did not get that ball back in very quickly. And now Paradas is the batter with 1 out and a runner on second. Here's a 3-0 pitch to Isaac Paradas. That is high. It is ball 4. He draws the walk. And that'll bring up Mike Tauchman, who is 2 for 3 with a home run and 2 RBIs in today's game. Tauchman facing Vincent with 1 out, 2 runners on base. 0-2 pitch to Tauchman. He swings and misses at a pitch that was down and in. That is strike 3. So Tauchman heads back to the dugout, and now Ian Happ is going to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot. Happ comes up from the left side against the righty Vincent. He has 12 home runs on the season, and he is facing off with a 1-strike count, waiting for the pitch. Popped up on the infield. This will probably be the it. The second baseman actually comes over, calls off the shortstop, and makes the catch for out number 3. The Cubs strand 2. We're going to the top of the 8th inning. It is a 7-4 game in favor of the Cubs. Raziel Iglesias will be the new Cub pitcher in the top of the 8th inning. He comes in with 56 1/3 innings under his belt. He has 19 walks, 73 strikeouts, and a 2.40 ERA. Iglesias will face Sanchez, Yastrzemski, and Crawford in the top of the 8th inning. 2-strike count. Iglesias looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. Liner past the first baseman into right field. That is a lead-off single. I'll bet that Iglesias wishes he had that pitch back. He had a 0-2 count and could not finish the deal. And now Iglesias faces Yastrzemski with a 2-2 count. And there is strike 3 called. The changeup drops into the zone, and that is out number 1. Crawford now batting with 1 out and a runner on first. Here's an 0-2 pitch from Iglesias, and it's a pop-up on the left side. Bryant, straddling the foul line, makes the catch for out number 2. And Chris Shaw now is the batter. 2 outs and 1 man on. Iglesias working to Shaw with a 2-2 count. And strike 3 is called. A fastball at 99 that Iglesias just blew past him. So we are going to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is still a 7-4 Cub lead. I don't know if you noticed the out-of-town box score, but 19 runs have been scored in Houston today. Trevor Cahill, former Cub, is on the mound for the Giants, facing off against Asdrubal Cabrera. Cahill has thrown 57 2/3 innings. He has allowed 17 walks, 44 strikeouts, and a 4.06 ERA. So bottom of the 8th inning, Cahill facing Cabrera with a 1-strike count and the pitch. And a bunt is laid down. Cabrera thinks he can beat it out. However, Posey pops up quickly and throws him out at first. Cincinnati is tied with Baltimore in the bottom of the 11th inning. That would be a huge game. If the Reds lose and the Cubs win, they're going to be tied for second place in the Central. Bryant now facing Cahill with a 1 strike count, or with a full count and 1 out. Bryant watches ball 4 go by outside. That was a sinker that missed, and it brings up Danny Santana. Cahill facing Santana with Bryant on first and 1 out. A 1 ball count and a grounder to third. The throw goes to second, but there is no relay to first as Bryant breaks up the double play. And now there are 2 outs and a runner on first. Jason Hayward will be the next batter with 2 outs, 1 man on. 1 ball count to Jason Hayward, and the runner takes off. So this time Santana does steal the base. He takes it without a throw. He has 21 steals on the season. And now Hayward is still the batter, facing Cahill with a 1-1 count. And there's a grounder to second, picked up and thrown over to first. That will end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. We're going to the top of the 9th of a 7-4 ball game. Edwin Diaz is being brought in to close out this game. He will pitch the top of the 9th inning facing the top of the Giants lineup. Billy Hamilton, the Giants leadoff hitter, is standing in against Edwin Diaz. The Orioles and Reds are in the 12th inning of an 8-8 ball game now. And Miami has allowed Houston to score 20 runs in that ball game. So Diaz facing Hamilton with a full count, and Diaz working, trying to earn his 27th save of the season. There is high for ball 4. So San Francisco has the leadoff runner on. And now Buster Posey is the batter. Nobody out. Runner on first. Here's a 1-1 pitch. And Posey lines that one down the left field line. Tauschman cuts it off. Gets it back in quickly, but that's going to be a base hit. As Posey puts runners on first and second with nobody out for the Giants. Wilmer Flores now is the batter. No one out. 2 men on. 1-2 pitch from Edwin Diaz. Here it comes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. The fastball at 97 gets the punch out for Diaz, and now Puig is the next batter. 1 out, 2 men on. Puig facing Diaz with a 1-1 count, and there's a line drive deep left center field, and that is gone. The Giants have just tied this ball game on a 3-run home run by Yasiel Puig, 387 feet out to left center field. The ball is thrown back in, but the damage is done. So DeBon now batting with 1 out, nobody on. Diaz facing off with a 1-1 count. There's a grounder to first. The throw goes to first on the grounder to second, and he is retired for out number 2. Yolmer Sanchez now the batter, 2 outs and nobody on. And Tarik Skubal is going to be the next batter, the next pitcher for the Cubs. He has thrown 10 2/3 innings this season, 7 walks, 18 strikeouts, and a 5.91 ERA. 0-2 count. Skubal with 2 outs and a grounder to second. The throw goes over to first, and that will retire the side. So we're going to the bottom of the 9th inning, tied at 7. Jackie Bradley is going to face off against Trevor Gott here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Bradley, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs today. Excuse me. And Baltimore has taken an 11-8 lead into the bottom of the 12th inning in Cincinnati. So the Cubs, man, it would be so nice to get a win here today. Bradley facing Gott with a 3-1 count. Gott looking for the sign. He's got the sign. And here's the pitch. Lined into center field, coming in fast as Hamilton. He makes the catch for out number 1. Jay Bruce now the batter. He is going to pinch hit for the number 6 spot in the Cubs lineup. Bruce coming up from the left side against the righty Gott with 1 out and nobody on in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch to Jay Bruce. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. It was a big curveball, and that just bent right around his bat. Now Isaac Paradas comes up. He is 1 for 2 today, facing Trevor Gott with 2 outs and nobody on. Tie game in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's a full count and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Man, he was swinging for the fences there, but he missed that fastball. So we're going to the top of the 10th inning. It is a 7-7 tie in Chicago. Skubal facing Yastrzemski. Top of the 10th inning. 1 ball count. Skubal looking for the sign, and here's the pitch. Grounder toward third. Bryant has it, throws over to first. That is out number 1. Skubal now facing Crawford with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 2-2 count. And the pitch. Grounder toward short this time. Paradas has it, throws to first. That is out number 2. Hindman now is going to be the pinch hitter for the Giants in the top of the 10th inning. He's pinch hitting for the pitcher's spot. And he will face Skubal with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a full count pitch from Skubal. Here's a strike 3 swing and miss on the changeup. So Skubal fooled him with the off-speed pitch. We're going to the bottom of the 10th inning. It is a 7-7 ball game. Tony Watson is going to come in to pitch now for the Giants. He has thrown 43 2/3 innings, 9 walks, 33 strikeouts, and a 2.47 ERA. He is going to face a pinch hitter, Tyler O'Neill, to lead off the bottom of the 10th inning. O'Neill with the 2-2 count, waiting for the pitch. Watson looking for the sign. And here it comes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Tyler O'Neill is set down on strikes, and now Nico Horner will be the next pinch hitter. He is going to face off against Watson with 1 out and nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Horner waiting for the pitch. Popped up, right field, deep, but playable. Warning track, the wall, and the catch is made by Puig for out number 2. Man, Horner gave that one a ride, but he hit it into the wind and it got knocked down short of the destination. So Cabrera now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Cabrera facing Watson with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Popped up left center field. Coming in is Hamilton. He gets under it. He makes the catch. That is out number 3. We are going to the top of the 11th inning. It is still a 7-7 tie. And John Lester coming in out of the bullpen, throwing some innings of relief. He has thrown 85 2/3 innings on the season, allowed 32 walks, 67 strikeouts, and a 5.25 ERA. He is going to face the top of the Giants lineup, including Billy Hamilton here in the top of the 11th inning. 1-1 count. Lester working. And here's the pitch. Grounder toward the mound. The first baseman actually cuts it off, throws to Lester, but he's late covering the bag, and Hamilton is safe on first. Do we just assume that Hamilton is going to immediately try to steal second? I don't know. Buster Posey is now batting. Nobody out. Runner on first. 1-1 count. And Posey grounds that one past the first baseman into right field. Hamilton is going to speed around from first to third, and now the Giants have runners on the corners with nobody out. Flores now the batter. Lester has a jam to work out of here. There's nobody out, runners on the corners, tie game in the top of the 11th inning. Here is the first pitch from Lester to Flores. Popped up center field, racing over and making the sliding catch is Bradley out in center. However, the runner Hamilton is going to tag up and score easily. It is an 8-7 ball game in favor of the Giants. Puig now batting against Lester. He hit the tying home run in the top of the 9th inning. Here's a 1-1 count. Lester working to Puig. And that's a grounder back to the middle. Lester bravely throws down to second. However, there is no throw to first as Paradas is taken out by Posey. And now there are 2 outs, a runner on first, and Dubon is the batter. 1 ball count. Lester pitching to Dubon. Grounder toward third. Bryant picks it up, throws over to second to retire the lead runner, and that will end the inning. So the Giants score a run. We're going to the bottom of the 11th of an 8-7 ball game. Chris Bryant is going to lead off against Tony Watson here in the bottom of the 11th inning. Cubs sending the 2, 3, and 4 batters up in the lineup here in this half of the bottom half of the 11th inning. 0-2 is the count. Here's the pitch to Bryant. There's a liner into left field. That's going to drop in for a leadoff single. So Bryant hung back on that slider and just pulled it into left for a single. And now Danny Santana is the batter. The tying run is on first. Santana facing Watson from the right side. 2-2 count. Santana waiting for the pitch. That is strike 3 called. So Santana strikes out looking, and it brings up Jason Heyward. With 1 out, runner on first, 1-1 count to Jason Heyward. Liner up the middle. That's going to get into center field for a base hit. Bryant rounding second. He's heading to third. So the single by Heyward puts runners on the corners with 1 out. And now Bradley is the batter. He's going to face Watson with the tying run 90 feet away. The winning run on first. The Giants pull the infield in here in the bottom of the 11th inning. Watson working. 1-1 count. And Bradley grounds that one to second. The runner has looked back at third, and then the throw goes over to first. So that is 2 outs now. Heyward actually ran behind the second baseman and advanced to second on that play. And now Josh Phegley is going to be the Cubs batter with 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position in the bottom of the 11th inning. Phegley needs to come up big right here. Watson facing Phegley with a 1-2 count. There's a liner in right field. Is that going to... No, it's caught. Puig catches it to end the ball game. I thought for a second that was going to drop in for a base hit, but was not meant to be. So the Cubs lose to the Giants 8-7 in 11 innings. Man, that was a good-looking hit off of Phegley's bat, but it was just right at Puig. So the Giants get 8 runs on 14 hits and commit 2 errors, while the Cubs get 7 runs on 13 hits with no errors. The Cubs drop to 67-71, while the Giants improve to 62-76. The player of today's game is the Giants' Buster Posey. He went 4 for 6 with a run scored and an RBI. And now the winning pitcher is Watson. He improves to 7-1. He threw 2 scoreless innings in relief. Lester tagged with the loss. He drops to 4-10, allowing the go-ahead run to score in the 11th inning. Diaz gets his second blown save as a Cub. And now the Cubs are going to go into tomorrow's game looking to take 2 out of 3 from the Giants and hopefully tie up the Reds. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.